So we've got the Transcend dash cam. We're just going to whip it out of the box and fit it in the car. Okay, so we've got memory card, 16GB. I've got a beautiful little camera, nice screen on the back. These are fantastic. This is the second one we're fitting. The first one, I've had it for over a year, works absolutely brilliant. Power lead with a cigarette lighter socket on the bottom. Sticky pad for the window. And obviously instructions and a spare sticky pad as well if we need to move it to another car. And that's your cigarette lighter socket with a massive lead, because we want to get this camera mounted up near the rear view mirror, and then we'll route the cable, we'll hide the cable in the trims and route it all the way down and get this discreetly plugged in somewhere. The mount is obviously, that goes on the screen looking out, the screen slopes down, that clips in, and just slide that across with the quick release. There it is, ready to be stuck to the screen. Got a nice adjustable base on it there. I want to have it something along those lines. Okay, so we've got the 107 now to have a dash cam fitted to it. Here we have the unit, which is going to again stick up on the screen. Just going to give it a clean, make sure it's good. Let's give this a really good clean. Camera's in, and we've got the lead. Now the difference with this one, this is the external cigarette lighter that I'm talking about. It's just basically a power socket, an auxiliary power socket that we can plug into, and then we just connect. I'm going to cut these off and put terminals on the back and join these into the back of the cigarette lighter behind the dashboard, so that there's nothing visible, it's all out the way, it's all out of sight, it looks really nice and neat. So let's go with it. You can pick these up off of Amazon, pennies, £3, something like that. They're not very much at all. Unravel the wire. Oh, the wires do you head in. Hate wires dangling everywhere. That's why it's nice to get them all out of the way, get them all out of sight. I can't stand these dash cams where you see wires just dangling off the screen and hanging down the front. It looks awful. Okay, let's get that connected into that. Like so, and then we're going to bring that round again. We'll just pull this roof line down slightly and tuck this wire up behind there. We want that going right across there so it's nice and neat. Okay, there it is, nicely tucked in there. And then we pull this trim down. Just put your fingers behind this rubber and just peel it down. Down there, down the side, and then this trim here just pops off. Get your fingers behind it again and give it a tug. There we go. There it comes. Right, and then just feed this wire down and round, and then down this aerial wire. We'll tie that in place with little zip ties. Just feed that in behind that all the way down. get the big charger socket and drop that down the hole at the back there. Put his hand up the bottom, if you can see that. Put my hand up the bottom there, I can feel that up behind there. Pull the wire through. Drops a good one, and then we'll put this trim back in again. Just slide that into the little locator at the bottom. And then clip it back in its and put the rubber trim back in, just feed it along. Sure, that's all the way around. Bingo. All nice and neat, beautiful. Right, we've just got to get his power socket in now. So let's just get his button out of the way. Just pop that out with a screwdriver. Undo the little screw and the dash. And just gently pull this forward. Oh, there we go. And out it comes. We can get this socket wide in now, so I'm going to chop these plugs off the end, and then we can connect it into the wine on the back of the cigarette lighter. So, cigarette lighter, if I just get my fingers up the back there and have a rummage round, I can feel the wires here. Here they are. I just pull them through slightly. Let's work it through. Here we have the cigarette lighter feed and earth. Bit of a wiggle. You can pop that out of its hole. And here we go. We now know what we've got to deal with. Okay, so positive is the grey wire near the middle, negative is the white and black. Okay, so we've got these wires. Let's just strip the end off that, revealing a bit of wire. Again with the other one. And we have his wires, let's twist them up a bit. Too much so. Right, and then these ones, I'm just going to strip these back slightly. Most cars now, the cigarette lighter is on an ignition feed rather than a permanent feed, and that's important that you check, because if you've got a permanent feed on this cam, it'll just drain your battery flat when you're not in the car. So you have to just make sure that the feed you're attaching it to is an ignition feed. Which we know this is, so we're good to go with this one. Okay, so now I just need to feed this wire down the back of the radio. We'll drop this down the back so the wires poke out the cigarette lighter hole. Those through there, and there to there. So all we're going to do is just get these twisted into these wires. So wrap that round there. That's the positive one. And then same with the negative. negative one, we've wrapped that around that one. Like that, and then we'll solder them back in. That's one. Plenty on there, make sure it's gone right through, like that. And we'll put some insulation tape around them. It's really cold today, so all this tape and clips and that are really brittle and not working very well. And my fingers are a bit chilly as well, so the old coordination's not working well either. Oh dear. Let's get this tape around here. You can see the tape's just not stretching very well. Now I've not put a fuse on this because we know the cigarette light is running through a fuse off the main fuse board. So if you've got any problems, it'll just ping the fuse on the cigarette lighter circuit. Right, so that's all taped in. We'll just push that back in now. Get all that tucked away back behind there. Get the socket back in its place. And pop that in. Just go straight in. There we go. Oh, there wants to be a right up onto that. 12 volt. There we go. Right. There it is. So that's his auxiliary socket wired up behind the dashboard, which is now in here somewhere. Okay, so there we go. Now if I just put my arm down here and grab hold of this, if I feed the dash cam plug now, I can now plug that straight into his new auxiliary socket we've just powered up. I'll tape that up so it doesn't go anywhere. Let's just pop the ignition on and see if it lights up. Bingo, we've gone green, so we know that's good. Turn the ignition off. Happy days. I'm just going to tape these two together so that we don't lose one from the other. Once beyond the dashboard. Make sure they're in tight. There we have it, all taped up, secure, and now I'm just going to cable tie that to the dashboard down here. Right, there we go. So that's all tied in nice and secure, all out of the way. Nothing's interfering with anything, all the levers are all free. Cables are good. Let's get the radio back in again. Just slide that in, put that top one in there, push those clips back into the positions, push that into the just push it back in. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Do the screw back up in the dash and then pop there's a little lug in there that just locates into the slider on there, which is about there somewhere. Job done. Just tidy these wires up under here, get them out of the way. Job done. Looking nice. the ignition on. And we're working. Okay, so there we have it. Dash cam, nicely fitted. I'll take the screen off it. Tucked away pretty much, it's out of the driver's view. If that's been of any use to you, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.